So this is a LEOSA case. LEOSA question. How good are you with LEOSA?
Only as good as what I learned from you.
Okay, let me see if you can answer this. Let me see if I taught you well, my friend,
Oh
because
yeah,
I love LEOSA. Are you up to date on your LEOSA?
as far as I know. Oh, I mean, yes, me personally, yes, yes.
Okay, right. You mean no? I'm talking about personally.
Yes,
You call every year.
yes.
Can I ask you where you call at?
Outdoor range with some guys from my old agency.
Is it a police is it the police department doing the call, or are you paying money out of your own pocket, or what?
I am doing it with friends who are certified
Yeah,
law enforcement.
range masters. Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, just curious. Okay, and so I don't carry that much when I travel, and you don't either because it's a huge pain in the butt to travel with a gun. But
Yeah. Especially,
this officer, huh?
especially the small airports.
Oh my God, it's absolutely. This officer is from well, not New York. Let me see. Okay, he says New York, but anyway, it's a retired officer. He says, I'm in compliance with LEOSA, just like you, John. He qualifies every single year, and I want to travel to Connecticut to see my daughter. But my flight will land in New York. Okay, so he's coming. He's if let's say he's coming from Florida to New York, New York to Connecticut. Is he in compliance with LEOSA? Okay, I'll give you the answer. With that look on your face.
He's
First of
checking a bag with a gun in it.
yeah,
But is he leaving the airport? Is he carrying the firearm?
yeah. See, that's the thing. See, first of all, okay. Let's just make sure. I don't know. That's all. That's the only question I
Okay.
have here. Okay, is he? I don't know if he's even here, but if he is here, if you're here, my friend, tell me you're here so we can actually work this out. But so here's the deal. First of all, LEOSA does not even cover if you check a bag and you are going through different airports, there is a federal law that I think covers a scenario, but there's a federal law that talks about, if you're just what do you call it? Just flying through somewhere, and you're not handling that firearm, then you have no. It's not even LEOSA. It's just anybody can do that, right? If you're hunting in Maine and you are bringing, let's say, a gun that is not allowed to be in, it violates New York law, right? But it doesn't violate Maine law. It's the destination. So if as long as the gun is lawful at the destination, you're fine. As long as you don't, you can do that in a car, by the way. You can drive, you can have a gun in your trunk and just as long as it's locked and so forth, and you can drive to New York City and go to Maine. You just can't take the gun out. You can't, there's rules about leaving the car unattended and so forth. But at the end of the day, though, even if he did go to New York, right? Even if he's like, I'm going to stop in New York and see, the tower, right? One tower, I think that's what they call it, right? From 9/11, he can still take his gun with him. He can still conceal carry that firearm in New York City, despite the fact that it's going to allegedly violate various laws. Like other people can't really do that much, but because he has LEOSA, LEOSA is a notwithstanding law, meaning okay, we don't care, state, that you don't want people carrying guns in certain places and so forth, as long as it is not a government building and park and so forth, they can carry that gun. Now, private property, of course, can keep the gun out. So you're not going to be able to carry that gun inside the museum and the tower and so forth. But I know for a fact that NYPD will actually hold that gun for you if you're a LEOSA carrier. They'll put it into their substation. So I don't see any problem here. Either A, the gun's not coming out of its luggage, or B, even if you did stop in New York to spend a day there, you can have concealed carry as long as you're not violating some of the other rules and not under the influence and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay,
And so
easy one.
it preempts state law, right? Because
It does preempt. It is a preemption law.
it would be worthless if it didn't. So
Oh, 100%. And the Chicagos and New Yorks and the DCs of the world to be like, it's status quo, right? It has to preempt.
Anthony, while we're talking about it, the most important thing for me with regard to LEOSA is the high cap mags. So just for people.
No, it does not cover high cap mags.
So can we hit on that for people while we're
Yeah.
talking about LEOSA? Because I think that's the most important thing for me.
And this is my viewpoint, right? There may be some people I've asked, like, there's like I went to an NRA class about LEOSA, and the instructor, who is quite frankly, his credentials are like Mike Brave's, like very, very in depth. But I asked him that question, like, what did he think? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, that's the most common question we get. And so I want to know what his viewpoint. So since he didn't change my mind on anything, my viewpoint is that LEOSA covers the firearm. It's literally a defined term. Firearm means a device, capable of expelling a cartridge with, powder and so forth. It does not include the mag. I don't think a mag is a defined term. I think the mags are covered by the Second Amendment, right? So I'm not saying that we don't have an argument here. I think that low cap mag restrictions, these high cap mag restrictions, violate the Second Amendment, but they don't violate LEOSA, because LEOSA is the firearm, and it also covers the bullets. So hollow point bullets, you can have hollow point bullets in New Jersey, which they don't allow typically. So, but the magazine requirement when I go to California, I actually bring a 10-round mag for my handgun, because I don't want a cop out there that just anti-gun, taking me to jail because he thinks I'm committing a felony. So LEOSA, unfortunately, my viewpoint and what we teach here is that LEOSA does not cover the magazine. It covers the gun, and I comply with magazine requirements. So going to New York City is going to be a problem, right? With the high cap mag, I would not do it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Most of the cops there are going to be just fine, pro Second Amendment, would never take a fellow cop to jail, retired or active. But there's going to be one cop out there that was not raised right and will. Or a cop in Arizona just wants to make more bad case law. You just never know, John. You just never know.
Well, and then when the officer gets asked, why did you do that? And he says, because the law says we can. Obviously, that's the answer. That's what I teach in Arizona. I say, just say that.